And then Saturday.
Sure.
Na Sunday wadi kaka ne yesremo. Mo mutation na mo bese mo hwe no. Mo betimi a join e wo Insha TV, e wo YouTube. And then when I show no at the Abramo, you can also join on radio, of course. I will Insha FM, Asampa FM, and the affiliates in Yanti. Yeah, Mama Koba Rich. I am not Saturdays. Apart from CSC Major League Cinema, now yeah, the preview analysis, you know. Saying Drew, I am more interested in Adia Madrid over the weekend, no. Like throughout the week, you know, and I am best me ba na yedi hon kobo kaka. So before I go into my main menu, I want us to have a conversation on Adebia or Madrid. Over Ghana, ha, yet I didn't come when we are talking about football operations or Ghana. Yet I can say offer a crabby about team more. Evans a Kotoko has as gold bichim. Nase Obama ona offer be ba Fabrantiana. Yet I did dim commodity diagrose. A whole about say ne wafa ne mama ne papa no bia ba secretary to say omo be po acho say omo ma ne nko. Ne sika na ewum no. Enti we used to have that conversation. Say adding, say you hold on to a player if deal be a banana player the person okwa. Rich, whenever we are having that kind of conversation, I am mostly we don't look at club in the perspective. We only look at player no and what they do just to instigate a move out of the club. Now this we are. We've also had discussions on when team BL got a string of bad results. Now the popular opinion is coach in the young permanent no free club in Munko. Then we come and say, now what about the players? Because Omunamoko Park so and when Omudensu Baby now Koya, you see your coach in Yadi. And it came to a point where Mekai says Fabregas money other players. Ababeka publicly say, ya promo coach be maneko, but Omu players no feel guilty. Say Oman put it up Omu best. Even to the extent say Rich, you tell him come on when we are having football conversations, say, oh, coach, so one show we are. Players bet me as sabotage. So we come back to have a discussion on player power. Players omutumia omo club. Now Rich, say you the sound come on anyway. Everyone into transfer. There is another big issue. Like Madrid who say, oh, if you were to be a club administrator and you are confronted by these kind of issues, how do you go about it? Rich, there is a picture of Alexander Isak and a Sky Sports graphic, and I'm going to say Isak lands back in Newcastle. Obianim story way when Isak all of a sudden say only Newcastle and come trip in Asia and that he wants to move. I'm so okay to Koyaba. Yaba no be resolve matter. Omoti answer Alexander Isak echo Spain. Say instead of so the team betu kwano, only Real Sociedad create training. Then they updated by so Isak Asaba back to Newcastle. Then subsequently almost and the house look Abranti and Abadie. But the way the situation is here, only reserve team no training and as uncle training separately. And on uncle Newcastle training grounds group retraining, not on uncle so any training, our baby, and all of that. Rich, and you Isak and Kwa. Before Victor Jokeres, Ebenyani moved to Arsenal. We all know the stories. Abranti no on the vacation. Then the agent met the president of Sporting Club de Portugal. So, Massa, you need to go Vienna or your sporting director. Our agreement. said this summer idea ye be move you na obi ni sika say ba be mama yakọ then the president say oh there be Mr. Moa eno dey wo go bia na mo asem the mimi say yes so obi offer ba ye bet mama ba ntẹ Victor Jokeres akọ but ye pesika say agent si dey bi onye sa na agree sika na ye ne kan e wo fom rich entawantawa na akodi di mu a afei asem ne say Victor Jokeres our vacation aton krasa masa mo ya ma mebuafu and that someone here I will come to Portugal and I will grant press conference na ma church amasem mu na ma kan kwachi obia rich and common side discussion crisis no e so a Sporting Club de Portugal started training na Victor Jokeres on back training no obey bibia just to instigate the move out of the club na oko Arsenal then fortunately for him Arsenal came in. Arsenal were willing to pay, even including say on one gasa Victor Jokeres the agent had to forgo the agency fee and say look and Tawantawo I don't like it me sika ba me kwano mo fa hihye na esonte na yentimi movie on. I am talking about players during transfer window they stage some kind of deviant behavior against Omo club just to make sure say omenyo mba bi akọ which recently anya Victor Jokeres nkwa this week ya want Ademola Lookman so buy then write a whole footies e cheche na asem se obesom e dey no nyam Atlanta na tama Paris Saint-Germain kwa ba obeso ko mo si onye ntowase after me na so kwa Inter discover mo se mo mane nko na de tina club no yes then we heard from the CEO of Atlanta so masa no kwere say asam na abante de ka no wato bo ni sesi agreement na ne wo no was for club outside Italy say a club say what Italy ngwadia enye sa ne ka rich then the following day and say Ademola Lookman on training ABC ne yenti di mazi mo update on Lookman whether was starting training and whether the unpersonal they are finding a solution eja Ademola Lookman nko Abante efene Javi Simons Chelsea si opel no cre marriage Abante is also to push for a move to Chelsea on also so mensaya me ya mitie me ya RB Leipzig I pre-season airborne matches on Bobby the last game at RB Leipzig boy then he came back to say okay after the member and in TFC Germany but say Abante them who say German clubs no say Omobatona and also after was starting a good boy because they are all you know they will not mind him Opa Kotrefi
Osman Dembele yebi or Dortmund before Obe Copas
they will not mind you
Omo few cry
rich me problem and now me dey buy for us to discuss including Omo share in our TV you know and they say Rich how do we have a discussion of player any team or contract then there's an offer for the player and I say player who wants to leave club epeno edi sikaba a negotiation between club to club say if Omo find a solution why do we hear these stories of players show Subaimi just to like muddy the waters and show behavior say I can't stay Mamaminko. Sometimes in a place in the way say Subaina older you know. Even club now report all the class who can say Sabente or Sadia when you mudia. Now or the year club now year to the fin one day Obama Honas or so he has shown that behavior.
And clubs now unnecessary players.
And also see another point. Some of the clubs they meet your agent and they say I'm comfortable me stop one. So opa say uye bibidia opa ko show mo ufo kakra. Na omonka say okwa ya brew. Hey, mo first kan ma na yen ton ma nenko. But rich, say ultimi ni abante ni yes na okọ yes awo the club na. Can who say dachi bi no? So be so penefi wo so wa. The person can simply tell abante to come and do the same thing to you. Rich, Me this idea we wanna make us say you see, this is the FIFA regulations on the status and transfer of players. Rich, if you go through this regulations, over registration of players, na ocean your money more. The moment you get to Ivy, maintenance of contractual stability between professionals and clubs. Rich, the first one, which is Article 13, talks about respect of contracts. Respect of contracts.
16.
Page 16, Article 13 of the FIFA regulations on player transfers. Into Oko, page 16. Rich, it is very, very dear to FIFA's hearts. And the FIFA Akumaso. And until end of this Article 13, a contract between a professional and a club may only be terminated upon expiry of the terms of the contract or by mutual agreement. But Rich, in Pimpi, players for contracts. I can 2 years. I can 1 year. I can 3 years. But Ojini say, and Tokako min co training, Kasachichie can get him out of the situation. And sometimes, because the players are popular and the club administrators are not in Europe, they always win. Then sometimes, yes, some people will come and quote, oh, Naskano Mucha say, yeah. You don't determine the price of a player to a club.
What penny do?
What club not check? Woman and crop.
Me want the panels or contract.
Nancy, ABC local. This guy, this Kotoko Kotoni Free Park Academy, Peter Miduakwa. Rich, nobody spoke on behalf of Kotoko. There's some trouble for me. There was a club from Germany. Almost all Peter Miduakwa Kotoko Amananko. And I have granted at some point it affected his performance. But Rich, how many people knew? And I'm catching a Kotoko and say, sir, did I buy was to make Peter Miduakwa go for free. There was no club in Germany that was willing to pay a transfer fee for Peter Miduakwa. Now we are Kotoko Penya, will you allow him to go for free? No. Good thing they said Peter Miduakwa and Tietia, but it affected him psychologically. But the point I am making is, Rich, we hear a lot of these stories. Players person call club be person autonomous, or finish or club ni minya mebo. Then no one starting my funny behaviors. Once they have a contract, and you're peculiar to only local players. You're quite in the say, you offer for me. Yes, say, well, for near my mini papa. No, Marco, yeah, oh, Miss Ramona, or Mudi, yeah, quite chin, Bemanako. But Rich and Mafudi, players now, Kasankasa. They will stage high level of indiscipline in your club just to instigate a move. Now, Rich, do you know, say, yes, say, Newcastle owners, you know, from Saudi Arabia, Rich, have met Isak and they've told him, look, Abrantier, ye come was what yen ton ne and ton watchna and my Liverpool.
Wow. Because say about money, he was shaking for
Rich.
All your money, have it.
And may I sure say they are frustrated by near omunya replacement, you know. Omuko player biawa, the player, the latest is Benjamin Sesko. And see, okay, we tried say enka yebenya replacement ni amwako. By a nyebi. So now we have to also meet you hardball. And they've told him the ball when you're at the high level, board no. Told Abrantier direct. If I say Kotoko, play a bit person or corner, you Karim Zito. Nana Pinka comes straight to you and tell you, look, you are not for sale. Yama won't go baby. Case closed. So far, the Alexander Isak be at rich Wayetum. Now, after the board has told him, say, we are waiting for what he will do. Yeah, who be there? It always ends in two ways. Whether you come to acceptance and start rich, as I'm afraid also about training and all your work, babies and send a boys inside the Juatum and how you can find a communication around you to communicate to the supporters. So, in some number teaching Isak in some no movie and the lower be the sea here because you have a contract with the club. If they don't allow you to go, you will play. And Rich, can you believe that you play in front of your supporters and they are hooting at you? And they are calling you traitor. And see, a situation be one day if I should be a football administrator and I'm confronted by a player on them work contracts. Na deal be abana me gidi say in many interest as a club deal where the M1 me no player ni tia no or can someone until I want so far some no more bombard me say na the whole year once they don't even know the details, once they are not even thinking about me as a club, because Rich me no as a contract me chiaoka ma qualify for Champions League, you are one of my best players and you say I should leave you to go. Me can't just have watching me. Me can't just have a town. Me can't just I don't have money to maintain you. Those situations are quite milky. You ever have what the future holds for Abante friend Isak, but the bomb and they say the board has told him he is not for sale and they are not going to sell him to Liverpool. 100% decision, case closed. And you ever how Isak future no ebesiako. No Rich. And upon sorry, the first player in the Dimba team of Manchester was Cristiano Ronaldo.
Because of Carlington.
Yes. And I remember so well in the interview. Yeah.
As I interview on Piers Morgan. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And see, now me Busama who say, how much am I down? Say, is it a case of sa proverb will come can say the proverb that we try to mean say enye bibia na e also what one okay. It could be true, but enye bibia na publicly you have to go and say it because Rich Sir Usha and Willie, I'm about to show video of Carrington posted by Manchester United BB of copyright essence BR. Rich, say Osha the way Omar Barreda. Any empenning for Omar year Juma Wino. And dear dance here, effort the work they've done our Carrington to meet a standard now. It goes straight to what Cristiano Ronaldo was saying. Because according to them, 18 months ago, and almost started some year innovation work. No, Carrington as was the idea of Sir Alex Ferguson. Come as Sir Alex Ferguson by Manchester United, no, or show Liverpool brand they need we need to build a first class training center. And I must see Carrington. You know, since Sir Alex Ferguson time, till the time Ronaldo come by, you know, it was still the same old Carrington. Ronaldo say, massa. We seem to be living in the past. You be found. Confosi, hey, ono kwano no, na opekasa, na dia bibia obekwakoka, bibia wo de wano betum, e na wonko na bibia nye, e na we nye, other club no uni wana club ni wana. Rich, this is even the documentary. Look at Carrington now.
The difference is
Massa.
But I brought from the football to different level.
Oh my God. Rich, imagine say as a player, this is your office every day. This is where you go
trophy cabinet no.
Who say?
You almost say no the trophy na share.
Who say Rich? A hono enye cabinet no. We just the reception.
Auntie, as a replica be near yes you.
What you say?
So who on no club now bono.
See, this is the reception.
Goodness.
Yeah, just the lounge or the reception are the trophies, you know. For you to know. And by the time I have a gym, oko maybe a swimming pool, oko training ground, so I come on it.
So we a new player. Who do reception on the air catcher as a look.
This is a good club.
Now,
yes.
A resort-oriented club.
Look at this.
As all G trophy. A swimming pool, my goodness. Now we a player, I mean, come on. Oh my goodness.
Rich.
I often the football could develop.
So now that's on the YouTube channel. Yeah. I'm expecting the next episode to go back and say
on the PS Morgan now,
so they will say catch him. Now all of you are happy.
Yeah. Because me say me come out and say so Anya, you are a legend of the club. Tika bibi kura nkoya we come system. You be kind of on team mami nyanu mi. Who says sabre yanum ye sili ye grey. I'm the boy pa.
But you see, Obeka Obontin. When you have done the renovation, I tell someone keeping the fees of number 2 Obontin. You want everybody to see the new current in Amayan. And which look at the place. Just look at the place. And it's also our core officer or training. Rich, this environment sets you
and
up.
And over to me about YouTube, Insha TV. Never heard the new edifice, Carrington.
This is a physio room.
My goodness. I had your football name said.
But I'm say, Rich, yaka. BBC, no. This singing head din biao. Look, the King's project that Otunfo wants to do. They can simply do this. Rich, they can simply do this. Rich, BBC, what your friend say, to meet African standard. Rich, $3 million can erect this. $3 million can give you something like this. $3 million.
Look at the office.
And you can't tell me say Otunfo and you $3 million. Yeah, video baby, I bet you tactics in here, you know. Now we have video sessions. Look at the dining set. Look. So this is now the new quarantine training grounds for Tima, your friend of Manchester United, and for me, my boy Cristiano Ronaldo Abaso. He did well. Say Otimi erase our issue. Now it's enough of quarantine. Benjamin Sesko are arriving, and 5 years, and a Manchester United, and in the area and a power. Already we came to show say Tamanani play no Airbano. And Anope was signed a contract, you know, and Manchester United are making it public. Branson Abba. Now these are the first words as a Manchester United player. Or say the history of Manchester United is obviously very special. But what really excites me is the future. When we discussed the project, it was clear that everything is in place for this team to continue to grow and compete for the biggest trophies again soon. From the moment that I arrived, I could feel the positive energy and family environment that the club has created. It is clearly the perfect place to reach my maximum level and fulfill all my ambitions. And see, Benjamin Sesko is in. And the first was, and he said, "Oh, you're excited about that year at that club, a friend of Manchester United, and him, Honum, Rich. You put Sikana Modiakoto Sesko, and in terms of the ranks, it also fit in the history of the club. £73.9 million. And a Manchester United, a coffee out to RB Leipzig to get this striker. Now, Rich, why and a Manchester this Squaba? I think South for New Way gives us a perfect reason why. Rich, Ubeji say last season. Say we penalties. Every goals more. Manchester United. Per boy. Chances are more creative. Per statistics, I was a Kabusha goals. No. Manchester United were off by 11.4. It means say, goals are more creative. Not statistically, yes, that's also much. You went lower the number of goals also much by negative 11.4. Even for players, amateur mama club, Rich, they were able to exceed almost SGs. And the Brian Mwemo exceeded the SG by plus 7.5. Matthias Cunha exceeded India by 6.4. Benjamin Sesko exceeded India by 2.6. Now, Rich, yo, okay, if these players, per chances are creating more, even actually more goals than chances are creating more, if they put that together, Amorim will say, okay, yeah, Manchester United, now you want negative 11.4. More than one come with any move. Now, make sure say at least your conversion rate per chance say make it, yentimi michi. Na si yetimi michi probably ebe 15 for na yetimi ako yenim ewo. So probably that is the reason why Manchester added Mbeumo, Matthias Cunha, and now they've added Abrantia, your friend Benjamin Sesko. Now the moment Sesko arrive here, and here and they say I'm sure na striker ordinary Rasmus Holland waka.
On the zone, yeah, just ever turned that. I know Bia, Ayala.
Good. Yana Munyobia.
Near Chesson can Newcastle Babat, oh Mamma.
And Opeyano, reporter a free Italy urban say AC Milan are keen.
Any problem
to sign Rasmus Holland. What do you do here? Mijini said it was always likely say Sir Rasmus Holland be free Manchester. It was going to come from an Italian club because no Obama Atlanta.
Sure.
So they know him in Italy. So Oba England now far. Omo muni mo Italy nim so Oba Baka ebetimi afa nti yes AC Milan. And omo ye keen on him.
Wrap up.
Rich, how do you see this team?
Solid. Super team. Is that let's go. This year Baba Urami.
Also solid super.
Yeah, best shit team to be 7-8. Na men call for no so Marco first about no. No, pianim hono. Matthias Cunha
in a 3-4 in a 3-4-3. Onana.
Yeah.
Then a 3 of Martinez delete Euro. Then 2 wing backs Dogu Ahmad. Then Fiifi Semunya Baleba and Bruno Fernandes. Then anymore Mbeumo Cunha Sesko.
This is a Winsome team. Winsome team. Is it the new Patrick Evra in Dogu? Fabuatum say.
Okay, Rich. So what do we need a shit team we are? Would you say my weakness with him?
Yes, you know.
My backline.
Delete no.
Still na.
Still in this. Or your weakest link.
But we are comfortable with Ahmad as right wing back.
On the problem, they say, a bunny defense on the ball is good, but without the ball, on
so that is where in transitions, say Ahmad is known as a typical winger.
So, come on.
Until you say more progressive ball now. Oh, the encore this position, right wing.
Yeah.
Now on push it in Mbeumo inside as inverted number 10. Say the Euro can step in here, Delete can move, Martinez can move, Dogu will come. And see, in more defensive transitions, you can get a 4 back with Ahmad joining more. But in nominal position there, saying that more parking also no. You see, at Rich, this team doesn't look bad at all. It doesn't look bad. And no man bakum yenubi. And a bit about this team. I realize your potential. Rich, if successful, Abano say the first impression, and I said there seems to be some excitement around the new environment now. I said Nigeria, I said there's an anticipation. Say, yeah, be here this season. That is positive. Number 2, say this year Mumbo Europe, meboa.
David.
Until there's no midweek. How be
Benya time and rest.
Mumbo said the last season, Antonio Conte, Ebo Napoli, no. Obo weekend, no akojina home. No a premier, no Obo weekend, no akojina home. It was other class in every Europe, no maba, no mabo. Namu de mu namu de see any.
Sure. Okay. Win some team.
Win some, man.
Win some team. Eh, who keke.
Monday out.
Oshe team no paper so it's scary. Eh, who? Animu no.
Monday, me ba be ka ba leba won se time ko. If you come on so hu hia me party. If you Monday ko no. Me ba be ka ba leba ho asem then because I had planned for a lot of things I bet me aka ho asem including Barcelona money and nti wo de yemfa ensiana yemedi vie komo.